Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How y'all doing? Welcome to Daily Devotion. I changed the time today because I had a meeting at 6 o'clock and then it ran over. So I am just jumping on. My bad, y'all. My bad. But we are here and I wasn't on yesterday. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Today's topic is called The Kids Are Watching You. The kids are watching you. On TikTok, y'all stay for a while. Like my live, share my live. Let's get the likes up over here on TikTok. YouTube, let's like my live, share my live. Because y'all never know who may need what it is that I have to say. The kids are watching you. Part 1. Ephesians 5:1. Children learn from their parents. Susan Alexander Yates offers us scriptural guidance for influencing our kids. Number 1, reach out to non-Christians. If you want kids to grow in faith, expose them to people who need faith. God called us to be salt and light. You can read Matthew 5th chapter 13 through the 16th verse. But that won't happen if you spend all your free time with fellow believers. Plus, kids are more likely to reach out to others when they see it's modeled at home. Befriend someone who is not a believer, like a neighbor or a coworker, a teacher, a coach, or a hairstylist. Reach out can feel scary, but when you risk it, God will work through you in exciting ways. Number 2, model gratitude. No one enjoys a whiny kid, including God. And when we appreciate him, it delights his heart. Children learn from their parents. They pick up on your attitude. Your mood fills the atmosphere of your home. And if you whine, they're more likely to complain. When you dwell on the negative, they learn to focus on what's lacking. Make time for your spouse. That's number 3. Make time for your spouse. We get busy with kids, jobs, and church activities, and we think we will spend time with our spouse when things calm down. Start with a weekly date. Your kids' security is based on knowing you love them, and it soars when they know you love each other. The Bible says, wise children become proud parents. Proverbs 23rd chapter 24th verse. You're raising the next generation, and they need to know a happy marriage takes time and effort. It takes time and effort. I don't think, I know my kids watch me, but I don't think I intentionally went out and found a friend per se that is a non-believer. Now now I feel like now I got to go do it. Now I have to go do it. Because reading this, my kid need to be, I mean, I know that they're exposed outside of me to non-believer or somebody who need faith outside of me. But in my presence, they need to see how I act around someone who need the faith but don't have the faith. Because if I'm always around the same type of people, what am I really teaching them? Am I like, are they really seeing, like, putting the connection between the two? That makes me think about my oldest. But my oldest saw both sides. He saw before I got saved, and he saw when I got saved. Now, when I got saved, that's when he started rebelling. He really started rebelling when I start like living the life. Because you know how you can get saved and then you backslide. and you repent again, and then you backslide again. So that's what he saw for the longest. And then I think when he became a teenager, that's when I was like, that's around the time I'm like, all right, let me get my act together. Let me get my act together, and I'm going to live for the Lord. And I think when I got serious, um, that's when the enemy came in and started attacking. Okay. That's when, I mean, he always attacked, but I noticed once I made the commitment and said I was going to live for the Lord for real, that's when he came in and started attacking. And I started seeing little things with my oldest son. So it says, reach out to non-Christians. If you want your kids to grow in faith, expose them to people who need faith. So that's one thing we need to work on. So if you're not doing that, and maybe you've been like me and you've been surrounding your people who already got the faith, like they already know the Lord, and so those are the people who you're connecting with all the time. Maybe you need to go befriend a non-believer. And number 2, model gratitude. No one enjoys a whiny kid. And we got some spoiled ones over here. Model gratitude. I'm thinking, y'all, because we got them spoiled. So maybe we need to start showing some more gratitude for them to understand that what they have, we don't got to get it at all. It's based off of you being grateful for what you got. I mean, I know we talk about it, but now I'm wondering, do I show my kids that? Are y'all showing y'all kids gratitude? Are you teaching them about gratitude? Are y'all teaching them about gratitude? Because reading this right here now, I feel like, I mean, I know we always got work to do, but I got some more work to do. I got some more stuff to add to my list on some things that I need to change. And here we are with the third one. Make time with your spouse. I know we get caught up in the world, and we get caught up with work, and we get caught up. And next thing you know, you don't went a whole month without a date. You don't went 2 months without a date. That is something me and my husband are working on. Well, we're in a marriage group now. And so in this marriage group that we're in, we do once a month a couple will Lord, they'll do a couples night. They're like once a month we have one. And this month in particular is our month. So this Saturday, we'll be going on a date. So with this, it did force us to start doing what we had. Like we literally stopped after we had the 2 youngest ones. We really did slow down on going on dates. But I think in February, I started saying that I would be more intentional with us doing home dates and how we do it. So we had for Valentine's Day, I did this whole big thing at home because he had to work. So I knew we couldn't go out. So I tried to make, do a big deal, something I ain't never did before, to make him feel special. And the fact that we didn't leave the house. So if we can make a date night at home, that's something too. And that's something for our kids to see that we love each other and we love them too. So are you all making time for your spouse so your kids can see how they should be treated too? By them looking at our marriage, they're seeing how a male should treat, like my daughter, she sees how a man should treat her based off of how her daughter treats me, based off of how he treat me and how he treats her. And then our youngest son, he sees how a woman should love him based off of how I love their dad. So are y'all making time? Like, we're putting forth a conscious effort. What we've been met yesterday was actually our 12-year anniversary since we met. We met 12 years ago yesterday. Yesterday. St. Patty's Day in Columbia at a celebration in Columbia, South Carolina, at one of the St. Patrick's like the downtown Columbia, they would have like this whole thing, and they will block off this whole area, and they would celebrate it. Like, you can go bar hopping and all that. That was before I took my relationship with Jesus serious, and I was bar hopping. 12 years ago we met. And the thing is, when we met, we was in this club, y'all. We was in the club, and I didn't even see my husband. I saw his friends, because our friend, like my friends, some of my friends and his friends, like they ran together. But I didn't see my husband, and he was actually standing beside me, and he didn't say nothing to me. So can you imagine being in the club and your future spouse standing beside you, but they don't speak to you? So he didn't speak to me. Y'all know when he spoke to me? When I posted a picture on Twitter from the night before. Like, I think it was March 16th, and then March 17th was that Sunday, and I posted my picture, and that's when he sent me a message like, "Didn't I see you last night?" And I was like, "I don't know. Where were you?" Because I had a time. You hear me? I was bar hopping. I don't know if I saw you. But yesterday, March 17th, 12 years ago, I met my husband. And this year will make 6 years that we're married. And one thing that I do try to make sure our children see that we love each other. Because I didn't come from a 2-parent household. My mom was a single mom. My dad was murdered when I was 4. My dad was murdered when I was 4. I mean, my mom did remarry, but my stepdad, he passed away. But when he passed away, I was an adult by then. But he didn't come in my life. My stepdad come in my life. Was I a teenager? I think I was a teenager. But for the most part, raised us by herself. So I always said, there was a particular way I wanted our children to be raised, in a 2-parent household, because I wanted them to see love. I wanted them to see love, and I want them to grow up and treat people correctly. So the kids are watching you. Your children are watching you. And there are 3 things that we should be doing. And the first one is reach out to non-Christians. It says, reach out to non-Christians. If you want your kids to grow in faith, expose them to people who need faith. So you should be interacting with people who don't, who need the faith, that you can, I guess, so you can minister to them, because you never know what people may need. Like, when I come on here and talk to y'all, I don't necessarily know who need what I have to say, but I come on here faithfully Monday through Friday because the Lord gave me an assignment. So I come on here and I speak to y'all, and I do a daily devotion with y'all, and whoever needed, they're going to stay. Okay? So that's what I do. And then the second thing, it says model gratitude. No one enjoys a whiny kid, including God. And when we appreciate it, he delights it delights his heart. It says children learn from their parents. They pick up your attitude. Your mood fills the atmosphere at your home. And if you whine, they're more likely to complain. So if you're a whiner and you whine a lot while you're home, more than likely your kids are going to start complaining about a lot of stuff. It says if you're negative all the time, if you focus on the negative part of your kids all the time, they're gonna start complaining. If you focus on what's lacking all the time when it comes to your kids and not finding anything positive in what they're doing, then they're going to complain and they're going to whine. So we should be focusing on showing them more gratitude. That way they can be more grateful, especially when we're buying things. And we live in a society where we're consistently buying things for our kids. Every time you turn around, and we always on TikTok. Y'all know TikTok shop will have you spending a lot of money. Okay. Um, and the third thing is make time for your spouse. So we should be making time with our spouse. We get busy with the kids, with the job, church activities, and we will spend time with our spouse. We'll spend time when everything calms down. The problem is we never do. And me and my husband, we did get stuck in that. We did get stuck in that where we just stopped going out on dates. And I'm like, husband, we need to start going on a date or something. I be home talking to kids all day. He be at work. I'm like, I need some adult time. I'm talking to these kids all day, husband. Okay. So make sure that you are spending time with your spouse. It says don't let the weeds of so-called important things choke your relationship. Nurture it. Look for ways to bring you and your spouse closer. Start with a weekly date. Your kids' security is based on knowing you love them, and it soars when they know you love each other. So they know they're soar. Their security is based on whether we love them, but it will soar when they know that me and my husband love each other. So if you and your spouse, like, this is some tips for y'all too. And it says wise children become proud parents. Proverbs 23 and 24. It says you're raising the next generation, and they need to know a happy marriage take time and effort. Because if you look at society and look at how many people are getting a divorce, some don't even fight for their marriage. Some don't take the time or put in the effort to do anything. Because when you get married, that's when the work begins. It's all cool when you have the party of the wedding. You have this big hoopla. But then when you get home and everybody's gone and it's the two of you, that's when the work comes in, and it's a lot of compromising. And a happy marriage, if you want a happy marriage, it takes time and effort. I pray you all were blessed by today's daily devotion. Tomorrow is a part 2. The kids are watching you, part 2. It says parents rejoice when their children turn out well. Proverbs 23 and 14. I pray that you all join me tomorrow. I'll be back live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I pray you all have an amazing night on purpose. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.